No, like I literally just woke up.
But sometimes I fall back asleep.
I would fall back asleep. I'd literally do this because I like to fall back asleep. That's the only reason.
Right.
It's weird. To this day, I'm like, why the hell did I do that?
I don't know. You just slept.
It felt good, I guess. I don't know. I'm a weird kid. Weird guy.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
hey.
I still got problems.
That's why we like it, Chris.
Yeah. I'm mysterious. That's where we got the name.
Surprise.
Okay.
1 month later, a body was sighted by a Norwegian ship.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of The Serious Pals. My name is Chris, and I'm going to welcome my buddy Jordan today.
Whoa.
Thank you for being here, Jordan.
Thanks, Chris.
We are going to be going on a journey with Jordan today, but first I want to tell you, Jordan, I have a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
I bought a pair of pants.
All right.
And they were like jogger pants.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever gotten a pair of pants? When I say I have a bone to pick with you, not specifically at you, it's more of like together.
Oh,
yeah. I want to pick bones together.
All right.
So I got these pair of pants, and they're like jogger pants, but they're made out of that swishy material, like Sinbad wears almost. Not quite. Not parachute material, but it's like a swishy one that makes noise when you swish it.
Sure.
Okay. I get yelled at because it's like too loud when I walk around the house. But anyway, I love the pants. They feel great. But the only problem is the pockets are like if you're listening at home, they're like half the size of my hand.
So like women's pockets.
That's what everybody tells me, but they're men's pants.
Yeah.
And it drives me really insane. I thought maybe they need to like cut open, like maybe they're fancy pants.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like started sticking my finger in there to like break them up. I thought maybe it gets deeper as you go, like a suit or something. No, it's just a hole now. So one pocket has a hole. The other one, my phone sticks half out. So I'm sitting on the couch, someone walking around, the phone just plops out.
I don't like that. I don't like shallow pockets.
It's so insane why they would make pants like this.
Stupid.
I like the pants. They're real loud when I walk around, but I love them.
Who makes them? Like who?
I think they might be from like Old Navy or someone, or Gap or some one of those people. I don't know, some Mr. Gap, Mr. Old Navy sewed them up.
Charles Gap.
Yeah, Charlie Gaps.
Dickie Navy.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what they called him.
Dickie Navy.
We're gonna go. Speaking of the Navy, we're gonna be playing around on the water today, aren't we?
We are.
Little segue, we call that in the biz.
Yeah.
So where are we going? Take us there.
Chris, have you ever seen the movie? I know you've seen this movie. Have you seen The Rock?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Probably when I was too young, but I definitely saw it more after that too.
I think it came out like 95, 96. I don't think.
It wasn't for 11-year-olds.
No.
Yeah. 10-year-old, 11 or whatever. But I don't think it definitely was. It was rated R, I think.
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah.
So it wasn't for 11-year-olds.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think we were 11 either.
10, 8, something like that.
Titch older.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's a great piece of cinema.
It is. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
And Cage.
Sean Connery.
What a king. I wasn't really into Sean Connery, but Nick Cage. What a god among men.
Sean Connery?
I mean, he's all right. Guys across the pond, you know what I'm saying?
Because of that, I don't like him.
Yeah. No, he's all right. I didn't really get into the hype. Just because he has a cool accent and stuff.
Okay.
But the other guys are cool.
Anyways.
I'm a big fan of Con Air.
Oh, Con Air is great.
Yeah. Con Air. What a
Nicolas Cage is on a tear. Like Face Off, Con Air, The Rock. He's banging them all out.
60 Seconds, whatever that
60 Seconds, yeah.
Angelina Jolie in there.
Yeah.
Blonde hair, yeah. Yeah.
That was cool.
12-year-old me was happy to be there. Happy to be along for the ride.
Anyways, the reason I bring up The Rock is because in the movie, Sean Connery's character supposedly escaped from The Rock.
Sean Connery? Yeah? Okay.
Which was Alcatraz.
I don't think he could, but okay.
It's called The Rock.
I'll follow along on this.
That's cool slang.
The Rock. I like that.
Yeah.
Why do they call it The Rock?
Because it's an island.
What kind of island?
What kind of island? Other types of islands?
I don't know. Well, there's like a sand beach island. There's stony islands, There's continents islands, like
continents islands.
Wouldn't like our continent be an island technically?
Well,
Aren't all continents are islands? What signifies something as an island versus a continent?
An island versus a continent?
Yeah. Yeah.
Size, maybe?
As rock scientists, they tell us probably. Size?
Yeah, maybe.
Like Africa is probably as an island technically, right?
Oh.
Like Hawaii's an island.
Sure.
Okay.
Japan's an island. That's a country.
Okay. So what makes it an island?
I don't know.
Okay. Keep talking about Sean.
I should probably know this.
No, I mean, you're a historian, not
Yeah. So
rock boy.
not
geologist.
Not a rock boy. So Alcatraz itself was only open. The prison as a prison. There's other stuff before that. And now it's like a national landmark. You can like go on tour
Like
there.
a park or something?
Yeah. It was only as a prison, a federal prison for 29 years.
Just like open for 29 years.
29
Why
years.
does it seem like it's so much longer?
Probably because of like, it's so infamous.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah. Infamy will make us all young.
Yeah.
Or old or something.
In that time, they had about 1,500 prisoners altogether. Okay.
1,500? It seems like that was like the worst place in the world.
Not at like one time, but like over those.
But like,
29 years,
29 years and only that many prisoners. It seems like it was like the worst prison ever to be prisoned.
I mean,
prison.
I mean, it pretty much was for the most part, because it was built during a time that crime was rampant. Like we're talking like this is in the 30s, so we're talking about like all the like the bootleggers, mobs, mafia, like Al Capone's during this area or during this era. So the government, federal government, was like they wanted to make a statement saying, "Hey, we're cracking down on people like this." So it was like became this maximum security. It was like the prison of prisons.
Because in the middle of the water.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
if you want to build a prison, build it right.
Water.
Yeah,
on an island. An island that's rocky terrain. It's not sandy beaches because it's in the Bay of San Francisco.
Okay, and Australia was a prison colony, right?
It was, yeah. The whole country was a prison colony.
Yeah. So we were just cheating off the prison British. Yeah. Sean Connery again comes up.
There you go. What do you got there?
Okay, so an island is a body of land surrounded by water. Duh.
Oh, yeah.
Continents are also surrounded by water, but because they are so big, they are not considered islands.
Right, so
Australia, the smallest continent, is more than 3 times the size of Greenland, the largest island.
Okay. All right.
So it's, yeah. That's kind of
because of size.
Stupid.
But I think technically you could say everything's an island, right?
I guess it's that thing. It's like, yeah, that's what that says. But it's just like they're just playing games with words.
Yeah.
Those rock scientists are always word guys.
Those rock scientists.
I think the other thing you gotta think about is like I guess the same way that they classify planets, like Pluto, and Pluto's not technically a planet anymore. It's a planetoid.
I think it wasn't a planet again now.
It's a planetoid.
What the hell does that mean?
It's just a smaller planet.
Yeah.
Like they changed the classification again.
People gotta get together. Come on, scientists.
Yeah, because there's a lot of asteroids out there past Pluto that are basically bigger than Pluto. So
some of the moons of some of these other planets are bigger than Pluto.
Yeah, that's why they changed it originally. I think it's a dwarf planet. Now I think it's called planetoid. Whatever. If you have a problem with what I said, write in. I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, Alcatraz is an island in America, off of San Francisco, in the San Francisco Bay. And I think it held over time in the 29 years they had like around 1,500 prisoners. During that time, there were 14 attempts by 34 different men to escape Alcatraz prison. 2 guys tried it twice.
Okay. 2 guys.
Different times.
Did they die?
One of them did.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. But the most popular and mysterious of these attempts was committed on June 11th, 1962 by 4 men. Only 3 got out. I'll go into why the 4th guy didn't get out. There were 3 who did, I believe, by some to have successfully escaped because their bodies were never found.
Okay.
That doesn't mean, again, like they didn't find their bodies. That doesn't mean anything. But there's some clues and things that were discovered that makes people believe that they were.
I mean, the San Francisco Bay seems to be, it's part of the ocean. It seems to be a rough place to go, right? So I'd imagine they had to cross that in some way.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll give a little history here in the background of this legendary island and prison. It's first discovered by Europeans, the Spanish, in 1542. But they didn't have a permanent settlement there until 1769.
On the island?
On the island, yeah.
Okay.
Because during this, 1542, California would have been in Spain's control.
California sailed the ocean blue. What's his name?
1492.
Oh, yeah.
Columbus.
Columbus sailed the ocean blue to California.
In 1775, Spanish explorer Juan Manuel de Ayala Ayala. Did you pronounce it? Ayala, sure. It was the first to sail into what is now known as the San Francisco Bay.
I have no idea. You could ask me 20 times. I'd say, yeah, that
Ayala.
sounds great.
I'm going to say Ayala. Yeah, you pronounce it. Sure.
Sorry.
Offended a whole group of people there. And that's what we do.
That's kind of our thing.
One of the islands he supposedly discovers, he names Alcatrazes.
And that's the island, or it's a different one?
Well, it's debated if he actually saw, if that's the first. So it's debated whether or not Alcatraz is the island he actually saw. But he names it Alcatrazes. Eventually becomes anglicized as Alcatraz.
Did you see any walruses out there or anything?
No.
Oolongs? Saw some mermaids too along at Alcatraz?
No.
Okay.
We did see a bunch of pelicans.
Okay.
And that's what's believed Alcatraz translates to. Pelicans are strange birds. They saw a bunch of these birds that I don't think he's seen before, maybe. Over the time, Alcatraz Island shifted hands throughout the centuries from Spain. Originally belonged to natives, obviously, but Spain took it. Then Mexico got it. And then U.S. following the end of the Mexican...
Mexico got it?
Well, yeah, because California was originally in Spanish control.
Okay.
Mexico got independence from Spain in 1821. So that was Mexico's territory.
California is part of Mexico too. Okay, gotcha.
And then in 1848, the U.S. beat Mexico, the Mexican-American War, and California became part of the United States.
Okay.
It became a state in 1850.
And then we got Elon Musk along the way. And that's, kids, how we got social media.
Yep. Then in 1850, U.S. President Millard Fillmore declared Alcatraz a military site.
Nice.
It's seen as a strategic point due to the gold rush and possible further war, so a fort was built there. At one point, it even held 100 cannons, making it the most heavily fortified site on the West Coast. However, in time, its military significance dwindled, and starting in 1861 during the American Civil War, it was repurposed to serve as a military prison. And some troops were trained there as well. Military prison for the Confederates.
Okay.
It officially opened as a federal prison in 1934. It was there for 29 years. Closed in 1963 because it became too costly to maintain. There's a maximum security, minimum privilege prison.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Designated for the worst of the worst prisoners. Like I said, there was a showing for the government to the Americans that they were taking rampant rise in crime seriously. Some famous prisoners that were held there. Al Capone.
Of course, he's always popping up.
Machine Gun Kelly. Not that.
The rapper?
No, not that person.
Okay.
There's a Machine Gun Kelly. His name's George Kelly Barnes. He got the nickname because he liked to use a Tommy gun.
Nice.
And
that's a name you want.
Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly.
This guy ruined it.
Yeah. As they do. Millennials. Or whatever he is.
There was the Birdman. Not the cartoon.
What about, what's his name from the movie?
No, not Michael Keaton either.
Yeah, it wasn't Michael Keaton?
Robert Stroud.
Michael Keaton wasn't locked up in Alcatraz. Let me put that clear with that. Okay, good. Whew.
Not Michael Keaton.
Sorry, Mikey. MK.
The Birdman, Robert Stroud, he got his nickname because the previous prisons he was at, he took a liking to birds.
He ripped their heads off, and they're like, oh, he's a Birdman.
I think he's the most notorious of all the people that are there. And then, of course, Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, that guy.
You stay there for a little bit.
Did you ever hear the story of Whitey Bulger? Like what he did? He was like a karate champ, like worldwide. I don't know.
He was a karate champ?
Yeah, he was like super involved in martial arts and stuff and like really successful at it, which is probably why he's such a good murderer, like hitman or whatever it was. Yeah, Whitey Bulger.
I know they did a movie about him. I think, what's his name? Captain Jack Sparrow. Blanken. He played him.
Kevin Bacon.
No.
Blanken. Oh, that guy. Yeah. Whatever his name is.
Yeah. And then
Kiefer Sutherland.
Johnny Depp. There we go.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Departed?
Nope.
All right. Well.
Wait. But what's it? Leo's in that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to watch it.
So apparently they base Jack Nicholson's character on Whitey Bulger.
Okay.
This guy ends up being like an FBI informant in real life. Anyways, many of the inmates were sent there because other prisons found them to be too violent, dangerous, or just difficult to deal with. Many of these prisoners in the previous prisons committed murders or either tried to escape or did escape and got caught again. The size of the island itself is 22 acres or 9 hectares.
Hectares? Hector, get out here.
Or is it hectares or
hectares? I don't know.
We don't do
hectares.
The metric system. I think isn't us Liberia and like one other country
still use
Myanmar?
imperial?
Myanmar.
Myanmar.
I think we're the people that do this.
What's it called? What was the other one it used to be called before Myanmar?
Oh, starts with B. Shoot, Burma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a Seinfeld episode about that.
Yep.
Myanmar. Yes. They say use imperial?
Mm-hmm.
They're just probably trying to be different like us.
Their flag's a lot like ours.
Man, cool.
I think ours or that might be.
Either one. Both.
The island itself is only 1.5 miles away from San Francisco.
Only?
And
that's a lot of swimming.
Well, yeah. But like to have that many dangerous people like that close to like that big of populations, people are like, that's kind of scary.
Population wise, right.
Mile and a half or 2 kilometers.
You don't need to put kilometers in there. Come on.
Well, for people abroad. But it's an ideal prison location. One, because obviously it's an island, right?
Correct.
It's rocky and rough terrain.
Got that red bridge out there.
Yeah.
Did you know that bridge, there's a team of people that constantly paint it?
No, I know.
They paint, they get to the other end, they start painting, they go back. And that's all they do nonstop.
That's their job.
24 hours a day.
Life.
It's because of the ocean and the seawater destroys that.
Yeah.
Bridges are hot topics these days in this country with current situations. Like barges in Baltimore. Yeah.
The water temperature in San Francisco Bay ranges from 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ooh.
Or 10 to 15.5 degrees Celsius.
Too cold.
Strong currents and choppy waters make it nearly impossible to swim or row away. It's also incredibly foggy. You think that would help someone try to escape, like, oh, they can't see me in the fog, but you also don't know where you're going if in the fog.
Yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
The open ocean almost.
Yeah. The inmate population size was around 250, but it could hold over 300 people. There was 1 guard for every 3 inmates. There was an inmate count 12 times a day. The prison itself had 4 different cell blocks. And the prison was 3 stories high. Now, the prisoners had a cell to their own, so a lot of them are like, oh, that's kind of luxurious.
Yeah.
Because you imagine they come here to Alcatraz and they had to stay with someone else in a cell. Might get, shanked by that person or,
beat up or tortured.
Or the other thing. Did we ever talk about how we would...
Where are you going with this one? This is really interesting.
I feel like we did. I think we did. How we think we'd fare in prison.
Yes.
Okay.
Terrified.
Yeah.
I wouldn't last 3 seconds.
No, I think I would... I'd probably just soil myself a bunch.
Nonstop.
Yeah. This is people like, I'm not touching that dude.
Yeah.
The cells were mostly 5 feet by 9 feet and 7 feet high. They only contained a bed, a toilet, a sink, which for much of the prison's history only had cold water.
Oh, God. Do they have showers?
They have showers, yeah.
Are they hot water in the showers?
They eventually did hot water in the showers because what I read in this one site, they did it on purpose because if they were giving them hot water showers,
humanize them a little bit.
Well, that and if they're taking cold showers, they became acclimated to cold water. If they ever try to escape,
oh wow,
you know what I'm saying?
That's smart.
Yeah, so they gave them like warm showers.
So they're like, oh, it's too cold out there to run away.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a genius idea.
Yeah. So this is like I said, this is the
that's
prison
mind
of prisons.
games. Yeah, prisons are terrible.
It had a desk and an air vent. Oh, air vent.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wink.
It's like in Shawshank whenever with the poster.
Pretty much, yeah. The air vent was located underneath the sink.
Is this where the Green Mile took place?
No.
Okay.
But I wonder if
we talked about that movie before.
Yeah, I wonder if they kind of took some inspiration from Alcatraz to when he wrote Shawshank.
I'd imagine he had to have.
Right. At Alcatraz, a prisoner had 4 rights: food, clothing, shelter, and medical care. Everything else was a privilege that had to be earned. If they did earn that certain privilege, they could work, read,
and play football with Adam Sandler.
Have a right to visitors.
That's a pretty cool movie.
I never saw it.
You ever saw that?
No.
I don't know why I've seen it a bunch of times. Probably because it was always on TNT or
Was it a remake of another movie with like Burt Reynolds?
Oh, yeah. Old Burt.
Old Bertie. All right. Like I said, mentioned earlier, there's 14 attempts. But the most fascinating one is the one we're going to talk about now. The 5 people in total actually escaped the island. All right. Well, more than 5, sorry. But 5 were never found. 2 of the guys escaped in like the 30s, like shortly after the prison opened. They got off the island. The fog was dense. No one ever saw them again. So that, like, everyone that investigated, including the FBI, like, yeah, they drowned. There's no way they made it, especially in the 30s. Like, what, like materials they were using to get out of there, like with the cold temperature, rough waters. There's no way they made it. But 3 other guys, it's debated, might have escaped. This happened in 1962. They did a movie about it. It wasn't The Rock.
Okay, so Nicolas Cage wasn't one of them. Okay.
Clint Eastwood was in it. Escape from Alcatraz.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I never saw it.
No, I haven't either. But I started watching it. I was working on it, but I stopped because I was like, I don't want to be writing like, I don't want like sleeping my brain thinking like
it's true.
Like,
yeah.
So like, but apparently then I looked up like apparently it's somewhat factual. There's only like a few things that they got kind of wrong. The Turkish escape will be discussing happened on June 11th, 1962 by Frank Morris and the brothers John and Clarence Anglin.
Okay, those guys, 3 guys that escaped.
Yep. Not only did they get off the island, but their bodies were never found. And there are clues that suggest they may have actually survived. I'm going to do a little background here of the guys. Frank Lee Morris had a troubled upbringing marked by a series of foster homes and early involvement in crime. His criminal record included narcotics and armed robbery. Despite his criminal record, he demonstrated remarkable intelligence and repeatedly attempted to escape from various prisons. Due to his persistent escape attempts, he was eventually transferred to Alcatraz in 1960. Frank collaborated with fellow inmates John and Clarence Anglin, the brothers, who were serving time for bank robbery. They had met Morris while incarcerated at the federal penitentiary in Atlanta before being transferred to Alcatraz for repeated escape attempts as well. So these 3 guys knew each other already before they got to Alcatraz.
Okay.
The 3 men had adjoining cells, so their cells were all right next to each other.
Now, when you say adjoining, could they actually talk to each other?
No, I mean,
is it, could they, like, go around the...
I mean, yeah, probably.
Are there distances between them?
There's a distance, yeah, but, like, they could actually be like, hey, man.
The vents aren't connecting.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
There was a 4th man, Alan West, who took part in the planned escape. But for a certain reason, which I'll get into later, he never left his cell.
Okay.
So he didn't escape with them, but he took part in the whole planning process of escaping. West was a fellow inmate in a neighboring cell. He had prior acquaintance with John Anglin from their time at the state penitentiary in Florida.
Man, these guys are just living it.
Yeah. The groundwork for the escape began in December 1961 with West supposedly discovering a cache of old saw blades in the utility corridor while carrying out cleaning duties. West would later claim credit for being the mastermind in the escape.
Of course he would. Because everybody else is gone.
Yeah. No one could say otherwise.
He just wanted to get some prison clout.
Over the course of 6 months, the 4 men would use the saw blades and other improvised tools like a drill made from the motor of a vacuum. That's pretty handy, man.
That's pretty good.
To puncture small, tiny holes around the air vents, effectively widening the hole to remove the vent itself. They just kind of kept like picking these tiny holes.
Going around.
Yeah, small little holes that they then cover up with like random things they could find. Eventually, come the day, they could just take it right off and crawl through.
I mean, that's
these guys. I'm like. I don't think they ever killed anybody. At least
they were just robbers.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't think they ever actually killed anybody, but still,
I'm only gonna root for them if they haven't murdered anybody. Okay, yeah.
But like, they're kind of earning. They're swaying me here.
I don't. Sure. Yeah. We'll go with that.
I'm impressed by their ingenuity. is what I'm saying.
Okay. You can be impressed, yes.
Yeah. Behind the vent holes, they discovered an unguarded utility corridor. Climbing up pipes, they gained access to the vacant top level of their cell block.
So was this like a trunk line where they can climb in, but the air was actually coming through this? Or was this like a heating duct?
I don't think it actually was.
It was just a vent for clean air or fresh air coming in. Okay.
Yeah. So they found an abandoned, or not abandoned, but an unused corridor, which is kind of weird to me.
For maintenance. It was probably just for maintenance.
Probably, yeah. The utility corridor. So climb up some pipes, they gain access to the vacant top level of their cell block. It's here that they set up a workshop for further preparations.
Nice. Wait, what? A workshop? How would they have time for that?
They would take turns like going in and out.
When?
All throughout because they had to be in their cells 24 hours a day, unless they gained a privilege to work and stuff.
They're supposed to be checked. Do they know when the checks are coming?
Yeah.
Man, how would you? Okay.
So they created a makeshift periscope for surveillance.
For when checks are coming.
Yeah. In this little workshop thing that they made up, they gathered 50 raincoats they had previously stolen to make a makeshift 6x14 foot raft, and life preservers with stolen glue. The raft
glue's gonna work great in the bay.
But I guess this glue they got from like a glove shop that was there, like
some kind of industrial adhesive.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't like Elmer's glue.
For their glitter's not sticking real good. They're like.
The raft was sealed with the help of hot steam pipes in the prison, so they were able to vulcanize it.
Oh, okay.
Which is like, damn, I was like, that's impressive. Morris learned how to do this from a Popular Mechanics article.
Okay.
Like
magazine, vulcanizing, yeah. I mean, that's impressive that they kind of put all that together, but again, they have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Just sit there and think about it.
Yeah. They used an accordion to inflate the raft.
Again. Impressive.
They created wooden paddles.
I'm not rooting for these guys, like you, but
they created wooden paddles because you gotta be able to row away. They also created.
What they created the wood out of? Where'd they get the wood?
They stole it from throughout the prison.
Did they jamming up their shirt and like, oh, see you later, boss.
Don't mind me.
Don't mind me.
I mean,
it's like sticking out of their face, like.
They also created paper mache like heads with real hair that they got from the barbershop. They placed these beds in their, they placed these heads in their beds when they were away working, like tolling away.
Oh,
and also the night
could they just sleep all
escape.
day? Or did the guards come by and be like, you gotta wake up? Could I just if I'm just could I just nap all day?
I don't know.
Did they have jobs? How'd they get out of their cell? I thought they were locked up 24 hours a day.
If they earn privileges by being good, good prisoners.
So then they're allowed to work or something, help out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So again, there were routine checks 12 times a day.
This reminds me of if you ever seen the movie a real banger, the bear. It's a bear.
Cocaine bear?
No. It's like a stuffed bear that comes alive.
Ted.
Nope. Was he in jail? No. With the coat.
Yeah.
British guy.
Yeah, I never seen it. I never talking about that.
The second one, he goes to jail.
He goes to jail. Isn't that a children's movie?
Yeah, that's a children's
movie. What did he go to jail
and then
for?
someone
mauling a kid.
He's in the first movie. He goes to so the first
start with a P
Paddington.
Paddington. I was like Pepperton.
So Paddington in the first movie gets taken out of the jungle after a hurricane hits and his uncle dies.
Jeez.
Spoiler alert.
That's a great kids movie.
Yeah, I know. It's British also. They bring him and so then he goes back to his aunt gets real. His aunt and uncle actually they save him from the river. Okay, when he's little. Then he raise him. Then his uncle dies in the hurricane. He loves marmalade. His mom or his aunt, they call her aunt, takes him to. He goes on a trip to Britain or something, and then he's supposed to go somewhere to look for his family or something. I can't remember the rest of it. But his aunt then goes to the entire movie. They're like, she's living in a home for old bears, and everybody's like, oh, she's so dead. Why would they say that to these kids? But then she does come back at the end, so she's okay. Okay.
So why is he in prison?
So the second one, he goes to prison. Paddington goes to prison because there's this lady who...
Like a drug mule?
No. He makes friends in the prison because he makes very good snacks. But this lady...
Is this like a human prison?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's a human movie. This lady wants him for like his skin, I think, and she like
What?
she convinces like someone to take him and put him in prison so she can like skin him or something.
How would she be able to skin him in prison?
She's gonna murder him. I don't remember. I can't remember. Anyway, he's in the. I might have gotten the second one wrong. We only saw the second one once.
All right.
Second one, the first one I saw a couple times. That's a good one. Second one's not so good, but maybe that's the first one. No, it's the second one. He goes to jail. Anyway, yeah, he gets thrown in the jail. Alcatraz.
So
Paddington gets locked up.
It's so weird.
And tries to get.
I might have to
murdered.
look this up. This I don't understand. It's odd.
All right,
so
hold on. Just keep talking.
They're doing all this, right? At the same time, they're like, how we actually need to get out of here? How we get out of this building, the prison itself? So they in this makeshift workshop they have, 30 feet above them is the actual ceiling. Like, how do we get up there? So they were able to climb a ventilation shaft.
Okay. Again, more ventilation.
Yep. Using a system of pipes and eventually leveraged open the ventilator at the shaft's apex. Simply to temporarily secure it, they crafted a counterfeit bolt from soap. On the night of June 11th, 1962, the men began their escape. Unfortunately, though, for West, he didn't get to go because he's unable to open his vent because he put cement on it to conceal that he was tampering with his vent.
Yeah. Because I imagine they do checks, right?
And it dried up overnight, so he was unable to get it open in time.
So every other day, he would just put cement in there, wouldn't dry.
Something on there to like, whatever they get their hands on to like cover up like what they've been doing.
Okay.
So I guess you got to hold some kind of cement or like cement-like thing, and then it dried overnight. He was unable to get it open in time. By the time he got it open, the guys are already left. So he's like, I'm just going to go back to bed. Morris and England's navigated from the service corridor to the roof by scaling the ventilation shaft. At one point, the guards heard a loud noise upon their breakout, but they didn't conduct an investigation at the time.
Yeah, I mean,
so they were heard breaking up. People were just like, oh, whatever. It's probably just old pipes.
That's what I say.
Yeah. Carrying their equipment, they descended 50 feet using a kitchen vent pipe and scaled two 12-foot barbed wire fences. They reached the northwest shoreline near a power plant, which was a blind spot in the prison surveillance. Using the accordion, they inflated the raft. It's estimated they departed around 10 p.m. On the morning of the 12th, the prison guard discovers Morris and Anglin brothers are missing. So he went to go to Morris's cell. He was like, hey, get up. Why aren't you getting up? They opened up, hit him on the head with his like baton, and the head just fell off the bed. He was like,
nice.
oh.
So they did wake him up.
Yeah, so they're gone. Yeah.
So how long was it, did they say about? Like how many hours had it been?
So they did the morning thing, the morning checks, I think around like 6:30-ish, I want to say. Could be wrong. It's like early morning hours. So they discover they're missing. This is the morning of the 12th. Wes is questioned, and he divulges their plan. The plan was that they set sail towards Angel Island, located 2 miles north of Alcatraz. The question is, why would they go to Angel Island and not San Francisco itself? What do you think?
Where's Angel Island at?
It's 2 miles north of Alcatraz itself. Alcatraz is only a mile and a half away.
Well, maybe the currents was going that way.
Maybe, yeah. Apparently, they got a hold of like current charts.
How did they know that they were going that way? Wes said that.
Yeah, you could see the island, the other island. So why wouldn't they go to San Francisco, which is only a mile and a half away, and go to Angel Island, which is 2 miles the other direction, like 2 miles north?
With currents.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, maybe the current's going north at that time of night.
Right.
Maybe whatchamacallit, because if the, what's that called? The flow.
Tide.
If the tide's, the tide pod. If the tide's going in or going out at that point in time, I mean,
right.
If it's going out, it's way easier to go just flow it.
It was said later on that this guy said he was able to get a fellow prisoner inmate said he was able to get them tide charts or current charts or something like that might have helped them with all this stuff. I think the big reason was if there's three guys that clearly prison inmates just show up in San Francisco, heavily populated area, like they'd be like all these witnesses like, hey, there's inmates on this weird raft, like witnesses, you know. They went to Angel Island instead, which is Angel Island used to be United States West Coast place for immigrants coming in, like kind of like an Ellis Island kind of thing. They had stopped doing that in the 1940s and became a military missile site. By this time in 1960, that missile site was being decommissioned. There's not really anyone there.
Maybe they're trying to get some missiles.
Maybe some party missiles.
Yeah. Just blow some. Yeah, they're missiles. Trying to blow people's clothes off. Wait, go back. Hold on. Stop. Pause. Paddington 2. Okay, so the first one was about this lady trying to.
The prison one?
Okay, so I remember it now. This first one, this lady who is some actress. She was trying to get him because she runs a place of stuffed, like a museum of stuffed things.
Okay.
She's a person that stuffs things, and so she wants to stuff him because he's a talking bear,
right.
And she wants to have him in her collection.
But why would she want to stuff him? Because he wouldn't be able to talk anymore.
Because he's like a really rare bear.
Okay.
It's like not really around anymore. She's a collector type of thing.
Right.
The second one, he goes to prison because he killed
that woman.
No. Well, no, I think the dad killed her, or maybe she went crazy. I don't remember. Someone killed someone. I don't know. Anyway, the second one, he goes to prison because he wants to buy this book for his aunt, who's on her birthday, and the book is very rare and very special, and some guy comes in and steals it and blames him, and he gets sent to prison for it, which I think is a little overreaction.
Yeah.
But especially like
a book.
Very important book, very famous book, at some crappy store, I don't know, where a bear can get to it, I don't know. Anyway, that was the guy from Star Trek. What's that guy's name?
I don't know.
The actor in Star Trek.
There's a bunch of Star Treks.
No, like the newest movies.
Oh.
Olivia Munn, husband, boyfriend.
John Mulaney?
Who?
John Mulaney.
Who's that?
I think that's her husband. Comedian.
The other one. The blonde guy.
Chris Pine?
Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Thanks.
There she is.
So he steals it because it's a special one.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's Chris Pine. It might be something totally different. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
right.
so Hugh Grant is Phoenix, but that's not Chris Pine and Hugh Grant are completely different people. I think. I've never seen them together, so I don't know. Have you ever seen the same movie? No. Okay, so they might be the same. Anyway, that's why he gets sent to prison. And that's the entire movie.
That's a weird premise of movie.
First one's better. Don't watch La La Crocodile. That movie sucks. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is to go to Angel Island.
Angel Island.
It's a decommissioned missile site.
Okay.
U.S. military. Not a lot of people there. Like this. So this is Wes is saying this is like their plan was to go there. You could probably steal a boat, and then get to the mainland, and maybe steal a car.
They got goals. You got to give them that.
Yeah. But from Angel Island, they were supposed to go to Marin County, which is it's in California. It's like on the mainland.
Marin County.
Marin.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marin. I said Marin.
It's
Marin.
Marin County.
Marin County. But it's not like heavily populated like San Francisco is. Like
especially at this time.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we could go there and steal a car in Marin County. Various military and local law enforcement agencies conducted an extensive 10-day search by air, sea, and land. The day after the escape, someone claiming to be John Anglin contacted a San Francisco lawyer, Eugenia McGowan, to set up a meeting with the U.S. Marshal's office, but ended the call when she refused.
Wait, this was one of the guys supposedly?
Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, I want to pardon kind of thing.
To give up the other guys.
Yeah.
To give up the other.
She's like, no. That's supposed. I don't know if it.
Not good.
Around the same time as this, a San Francisco police officer reported seeing a suspicious boat near Alcatraz the night of. Sorry, that day, the 12th.
A mysterious boat the day of in the day.
Like late at like the 11th going into the 12th.
He said he saw it last night I saw this. But he reported it on the 12th.
He saw a suspicious boat. Was apparently parked illegally. Saw him using a flashlight in the water, and then took off towards the Golden Gate Bridge.
So were they looking for him?
That might have been them.
They said they couldn't.
Might have been someone on a boat looking for the
to pick him up.
Yeah.
Oh.
This made like the authorities believe that they had some kind of outside help, whether it was family members or friends or stuff like that. Evidence including a paddle and a wallet wrapped in plastic to keep the water out, with personal information such as photos of the Anglin brothers' families, was found near Angel Island.
Okay. We're just floating?
Just floating near the island. Shreds of raincoat material believed to be from the raft were found near the Golden Gate Bridge. Despite these findings, no human remains were ever discovered.
That's because they're at the bottom of the bay.
The FBI officially concluded that men likely drowned because exposure to the cold water in the Bay Area would affect body functions in approximately 20 minutes.
Yeah. But unless they're taking those cold showers. Yeah. Hey.
So, yeah, also, like, they were like, why would they leave their personal effects behind?
What's that called? Whenever you take a shower and then you're like taking a shower and you just put it on the cold?
Oh, James Bond.
Is that what they call that?
Called, I think, yeah.
Okay. I don't want to do that. That sounds horrifying.
I've done it like once or twice. And
Nope.
It wakes you up.
Not me. I take showers at night, though. I hate showers in the morning. That drives me nuts. If I take a shower in the morning, I'm not going. I'm not going that day.
It's hard to get out in the morning when you're taking a shower. It's just like, oh, it's so nice.
And you get all sweaty. Yeah. I remember in high school, my mom used to be like, all right, go take a shower. And I just go in there and sit down and fall asleep again. Like every morning. I was like, why do you... That's when I think when I was in college, I was like, I should try to get a shower at night. She's always like, you're wasting all the hot water. Get out. You're sleeping in there.
I don't think I ever fell asleep.
I was able to... I used to sleep standing up in the shower.
I've heard people say that to me before.
Yeah. Like, because I was a high school kid and it was really early. Is this weird? I'm gonna put this out there.
It is weird.
We talked about I had a waterbed when I was in high school, but in high school I had this thing where I really liked waking up and then going back to sleep. So I'd set my alarm for like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., wake up, and then go back to sleep.
I used to do that. I used to get up at like 5 in the morning, go out in the living room. As I was awake, I'd just sit in a chair and just watch like weird cartoons in the morning, and sometimes fall asleep until like I actually had to like start getting ready.
Okay.
Because of stomach issues.
No, like I literally just woke up.
But sometimes I fall back asleep.
I would fall back asleep. I'd literally do this because I like to fall back asleep. That's the only reason.
Right.
It's weird. To this day, I'm like, why the hell did I do that?
I don't know. You just slept.
It felt good, I guess. I don't know. I'm a weird kid. Weird guy.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, hey. I still got problems.
That's why we like it, Chris.
Yeah. I'm mysterious. That's where we got the name. Surprise. Okay.
1 month later, a body was sighted by a Norwegian ship. They saw a body that would look like it was wearing denim overalls, which is what the prisoners were.
And this was in
1 month later.
Norwegian
It was a Norwegian ship, not...
Near the area?
Yeah.
Okay.
They wasn't in Norway. They're like...
they float far.
They're like, hey, this might look like might be prisoners, but they didn't report it until like months later. So the like police are just like, we can't do anything with this body.
It was probably a log or like a dulong. That's from the Mermaid episode. Very go listen to that.
Call back. In January 1965, the FBI pursued a lead suggesting Clarence Anglin was residing in Brazil, dispatching agents to South America, but they didn't find any conclusive evidence. In 1967, a man claiming to be Morris's longtime classmate reported encountering him in Maryland, describing him as having a small beard and mustache, but provided no further details.
That's all he changed, was just a mustache.
It's a fake mustache. Over the years, family members of the Anglin brothers sporadically received unsigned postcards and messages, with some signed Jerry or Jerry and Joe. Who would that be? The names weren't Jerry or Joe.
We talked about before how humans are weird and messed up, and they do, like, there's crazy people out there that, like, will do that to families of victims. They'll, like, mess with them. Like, there might have been people out there just writing letters to these families because they were crazy.
Yeah.
They're, like, just messing with them.
Yeah. 1962, John's mother received anonymous Mother's Day flowers all the way up until her death in 1973.
72 to 73?
62 to 73.
Oh my gosh.
Anonymous Mother's Day flowers. Jeez. In 1979, the FBI closed their case and said that 3 escapees probably drowned.
But if you're going to buy flowers for your mom,
sign it.
You need to know. She needs to know it's from you.
Right.
Because other than that, you're going to get
in trouble.
Well, I mean, could you
They'll be
imagine the calls you're going to deal with? Yeah.
disappointed.
Oh, my God.
You better pack your bags and go on a guilt trip, Chris.
Every day of my life.
So at 79, the FBI closes their case. They say the 3 guys probably drowned. They hand the case over to the U.S. Marshals. Alleged sightings of the Anglin brothers were reported in the mid to late 1960s and 70s in North Florida and in Georgia. One of them being a sighting of 2 strangers appearing at their father's funeral in 1989. The men reportedly came in
With sunglasses on?
yeah,
Fake
Cried.
mustaches?
for a little bit and left. In 1993, Thomas Kent, a former Alcatraz inmate, but America's Most Wanted, had assisted in planning the escape, provided new leads. He claimed Clarence Anglin's girlfriend was to meet them at the shore and drive them to Mexico.
So they're Mexico. They were supposed to be in Maryland. Like they're
Brazil.
just popping up everywhere.
Also in 1993, John Leroy Kelly, a deathbed confession, claimed he had transported Morris and the Anglins to Seattle. The plan was to sneak him into Canada.
Nice.
Their family were supposed to give him $40,000 to help him start a new life. This guy claims that he killed the 3 of them and buried them to try and get their money.
Did he say where he buried them?
He's probably like hallucinating. He's like, I'm dying. I did it. I killed these guys. In 2003, because remember, the FBI, they gave up on the case, so they closed it. They gave the U.S. Marshals. In 2003, U.S. Marshal Michael Dyke re-examined the case. He finds that there's a suspicious incident in Marin County.
Marin?
Marin, thank you. Shortly after the escape from Alcatraz. A blue Chevrolet was reported stolen in Marin?
Joey Marin.
A blue
Marin.
Chevrolet was reported stolen in Marin County the day after the prisoners escaped.
It'd be weird if it was in Marin County. So someone stole a car the day after. Okay.
A blue Chevy the day after June 12th.
There was a report.
Yep.
Did they say anything about?
They got like overlooked.
Because it was
at the time they're just like, oh, that's
a stolen car.
Yeah, but
probably doing it all the time.
Hindsight after
But did they say was there any details about that report? 3 men hijacked it. 1 man.
So then
soaking
that same
wet.
day, 100 miles away, the same day, a witness reported seeing a near accident involving the same vehicle on the road, allegedly with 3 individuals inside, male individuals.
The same car. How can they be sure it's the same car? It's the same make and model.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
100 miles away. That's all.
Also, like Chevys are probably pretty consistent during this time, so who knows. But apparently they were seen almost causing an accident. I think it ran someone off the road, so they're in a hurry.
Yeah, makes sense. Who is it? Am I right?
In 2019, the San Francisco Police Department received a letter purportedly from John Anglin. In the letter, Anglin claimed that Frank Morris had passed away in 2008 and his brother in 2011. John said that he was 83 years old and battling cancer. He expressed willingness to surrender under the condition of 1 year in jail and medical treatment. However, the authenticity of the letter remained unverified.
Wait, they never followed up with it? Did he say give me a call here? Or was it just
the FBI kept it confidential in 2018. But they think it's phony.
Well, because couldn't they just call the guy up or be like, all right, yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll be over.
Yeah, did they at least pick up the phone?
I don't know.
Also, if he's battling cancer, how did he get I guess he probably got lived under an alias. Yeah.
Changed identity.
Did they say where it came from?
No,
it was Canada.
Not that I saw, no.
All right.
So the U.S. Marshals are going to keep going with the case, following leads, but I think they said they're going to close it or just give up on it. I forget what year it was, but whenever these guys will be turning 100 years old, because at that point they're just like...
They have to be dead.
They have to be dead, yeah.
So why are we wasting our time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So the theories we went over, what do you think happened to them?
I'm not rooting for them, but I kind of like...
You're rooting for them. I'm not rooting for these murders and...
They're not murders.
Near to Wells.
I don't think they're a murder. I mean, they might have murdered people after this, like tell anyone who I am and I'll kill you, and they end up killing them, because they're trying to escape Johnny Law.
Yeah, you are supporting them, yeah. Okay, so your new role models, what do you think they survived?
They MacGyvered some stuff, man. It's impressive. I mean, the FBI was like, yeah, there's no way they survived. But
FBI is wrong all the time.
Yeah, right.
And I'm not saying, Mr. FBI out there.
You said it, not
I'm
me.
not saying that you're wrong all the time. I'm saying a lot of times you're wrong, sometimes you're right.
Yeah, that's people.
And you're probably, especially at this time, maybe, see what I'm saying today, the FBI today is a lot smarter than the FBI back then. So don't shoot the messenger, Mr. FBI. But I, for one,
Mr. FBI,
support you.
Jonathan FBI.
Yeah. And thank you for your service.
God bless.
So do you think they survived?
I do. I want to think they survived.
But you said one thing that
I want to believe they beat the odds of like.
You're rooting for them.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. You're rooting for the human condition. The human, the ability of humans to overcome
ingenuity.
Yeah.
Obstacles.
I'm making a raft out of.
Yeah. Raincoats and like.
Yeah. That goes on the.
But here's the thing, though, and the FBI pointed this out: why wouldn't they take those personal belongings with them, like the family pictures? Like, why would they just?
Because they're trying to get a new life.
Yeah, but why would they take them with them in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not?
Well, they probably
maybe like one last look at the old family before I never,
I mean, they probably didn't realize that they were going to need to throw them away until they're. Because why would they? Okay. How would they? If they were on the body and the body sank, wouldn't they be with the body? At the bottom of the ocean?
Maybe.
Especially how, unless they threw it out before they sank, or it was like not really secured.
Yeah.
But it was in a bag. If they put it in a bag, they were trying to secure, which means they probably had it somewhere safe.
Right. Yeah.
And they probably, like, when they got to shore, one guy was like, dude, you got to get rid of that stuff.
Or maybe they tucked in like their makeshift life vests and it fell out.
But the life vest.
Apparently the FBI at one point, like, I think this got debunked, but the FBI found the raft itself on near Angel Island or on it, and then saw footprints like walking away. But I think that got debunked.
That was just the other FBI agent that was down there. Like,
that was Toby FBI, not Jonathan.
Yeah. We called him Toby Fibby in high school, but no, I think. Do you think they survived? And they probably. Do you think they are? Do you think they survived in Canada? They stayed in America?
I don't know. I probably think they probably went their separate ways. They probably stay together. But I think in order to because these guys are on the FBI most wanted list, and like people are looking for them.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're
staying together, like you're gonna stick out more.
I guess maybe
Morris would have been like, "Are you guys?" When they got to a certain point, like. We're probably in the clear, but we should probably break up. I would assume the brothers stay together.
Did you ever see that movie? That was
Bear?
No. It was. I think it was like. It was like a movie from early 2000s, late 90s. It was Martin Lawrence and someone else was they escaped from like a southern jail in the 1920s.
Eddie Murphy, Life.
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, that movie's great.
That's the thing. Like, that brings up a good point. Like it's like I think they were in prison for like wrongfully in prison, right?
Yeah, I can't remember that, but we got to watch that someday.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Like you're so happy. The ending, they're just at a baseball game together after all those years. After trying to escape and get out.
Now, were they tied together, or was that the one with George Clooney?
I think they're linked together, like actually chained together.
Because there was another one with George Clooney he was attached to someone. They were running away.
What was that?
Oh God.
Jupiter Ascending.
But it wasn't Holes, because Holes is a great movie with Shia LaBeouf.
I never saw that or read the book.
I read the book, but I saw the movie in the drive-in. It was a rad movie. It's a dumb movie. Don't watch it. Holes.
Good old Shia.
I love Shia. Even Stevens. Give me a call, Shia. We can make something happen.
I think he's been in a lot of trouble lately.
Nah, he's coming back. Nah. They all do that.
He'll be fine.
They go out and they come back.
How would I Google this?
He's gonna be like the next Iron Man. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna pull that thing where they come back around and like the best actor in the world.
I don't even have to finish. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw all of that movie.
I don't even know what it was about. Were they attached?
I don't know.
When they're like running, they're like...
Yeah, I mean, they might have been on like a chain gang kind of thing. They decided to run, maybe.
Yeah, we gotta watch that movie again. Life. No, brother.
Life's great.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think they had... Most likely they died.
Yeah.
I don't want to toot anybody's horn here and be a downer on this party, but I think they died in the or...
I mean, it's definitely possible.
But I wonder...
There was... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
If they died in the ocean, something had to have pulled them down. Like the bodies float.
Right.
For the most part, I believe.
Yeah. I should have linked this. I'll link it later. But I was watching some National Geographic thing on YouTube about this, about like what it's like underneath the water, like the way the island actually is, and like how the currents work over there. And how like they could get pulled under, but eventually it would have been spat out in the actual ocean somewhere.
Oh, well then they're gone.
Yeah,
the ocean's really big.
Yeah,
weirdly enough.
There was a guy though who. So if I use this one website I use several websites. One of them was the what was it? Let's see here, the Federal Bureau of Prisons website, or BOP, or BOP. As I like to call it.
Yeah, the BOP. The old BOP. Love to go down to the BOP.
They have a list of like all the escape attempts. And one was, and this kind of stuck out at me because a guy by himself escaped naked in these waters, apparently on a colder water day, time of year.
Okay.
Got all the way to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Swimming.
And he like got there, he obviously like he had hypothermia, and he just like, rescue me. Someone come get me. But he made it.
Wow.
And he swam.
How far was that?
I should probably look that up.
Man. I mean,
so
they, but again, was it a calm night? Going back, was it a calm night to these guys? Was it calm oceans? Or was a storm out to sea?
No, it was calm. And it was a summer. This guy who did it like in colder time of year.
I mean, if you escape at this point, probably in history, like, how are they going to track you?
Oh yeah. Now you'd be found instantly, but like back then,
I think you gotta realize that. Okay, I want to say they died. Probably died. Yeah. They died in the ocean. They didn't make it, but I think they could have survived.
Apparently, the Anglin brothers are like strong swimmers. The one guy that reported that. Clarence Anglin brothers' girlfriend was supposed to pick him up, take him to Mexico. He was supposed to take part in the escape. He's like, I'm not a strong swimmer, so there's no way I'll be able to make it. Let's see, Alcatraz. What's not? No, they're saying 4 miles, but they're saying that's going through. Yeah,
you don't know MapQuest this or something. We're not driving there. What cardinal distance? Is that what that's called? So I think.
Is it?
I don't know.
As the crow flies.
Crowful distance. If you think,
I think as the crow flies. That's neat.
I can give
about a mile or so.
Okay, I think if you could do it, a mile is not that bad in a cold time. I think they probably survived. But like, at least one of them would have survived.
Like you gotta like. Yeah. It's not like this is like you're just on the beach.
I mean, they could have survived and just been swept out to sea alive.
Yeah.
But then if they got swept out to sea, how did they either drown because his stuff was there, or they made it to Angel Island? I really don't know if there's any way of saying. I mean, do you think we'll ever solve this?
No.
The only way they could solve this, I guess, is if they can get the DNA.
Right. Yeah.
Of one of their kids.
Yeah.
And track it through like one of those databases.
Yeah.
And say, like, okay, this guy's like his great grandfather was this dude, or his grandfather was this guy.
I think one of them might have had kids. I can't remember.
Well, I mean, I wonder, did anybody ever go back and like DNA test anybody?
Not that I saw. No. I mean, they should, right?
Yeah,
because I mean, hunt down this guy John that said he was like that John.
But if they had the DNA from a known relative, and then they looked it up and like, oh, this other person has the DNA, then there it is. Yeah. Like then they survived because he had a kid.
Right.
But maybe they were smart enough not to have kids, I guess. Or DNA wasn't a thing, but then. Well, Jordan, thank you for being here tonight. We are not going to solve this like we do, like we don't. 2 gumshoes, like you said. A gumshoe's a 2.
Gumshoe's a 2.
Won't do any good putting it through.
Couple of boxcar children here. They solve stuff, though.
Did they?
Yeah.
I thought that was... Was they detectives?
I think they were, weren't they?
I thought they were just kids.
I mean, they were kids that lived on a train.
I thought it was the Hardy Boys that solved stuff.
No, the Hardy Boys did too, yeah. I think.
I thought the Boxcar children lived in a train that lived in the woods that fell off the tracks.
They did live in a train. Hobo children.
Yeah, but they weren't solving crimes.
I think they did sometimes, yeah.
It was like the Scooby-Dooification of all media at that point, kids' media.
There's a Boxcar Children movie?
What?
Boxcar Children movie?
Well, we're ending this right now.
Boxcar Children.
Wow, they need a gritty reboot of the Boxcar Children.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
It's just so sad to live in, like...
Gritty reboot.
What happened to their parents? Boxcar Children.
I don't know if they go into the deep background lore of the Boxcar Children. Again, maybe there's a Boxcar Children straight from Alcatraz. Okay, Jordan, we got nothing. Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, however you're seeing this. If you are watching it, you can also listen to it on any podcast feed. Links in the description below. If you are listening to us, you can watch us on YouTube. Again, links in the description below. If you want to reach out and have an idea for an episode, want to ask a question, give us comments, feedback, whatever, that is mysteriousPalsOnline@gmail.com, or just go to our website. Everything is linked there at mysteriousPals.com. That's mysteriospals.com. That is mysteriospals.com. And the Boxcar Children apparently are...
They've been around since 1924. Oh, my goodness.
That's 2 old children living in a boxcar. Apparently, they become the hobos, yeah.
I don't know.
Did they solve crimes?
I think they did mysteries.
I mean, what else are they going to do?
Yeah, I mean, they live in a boxcar.
Are they orphans?
They are.
Or are they runaways?
Apparently, they're orphans, but apparently their grandfather, who's a wealthy, kind man, finds them and puts the boxcar in his backyard so they can just play in it.
That's so dumb. Is that the ending of the series?
I don't know.
Or is that like halfway through and they're like living, they're like solving crimes with a rich guy? How'd their grandfather? Wait, they're all related?
Yeah, they're kids.
I mean, I know they're kids, but they're all brothers and sisters.
Sorry, they have siblings. Sorry.
How'd they get boxcarred?
Yeah, I know they're kids. It's called Boxcar Children.
How'd they get boxcarred?
Stupid. I don't know.
Is there like
I used to read these. I don't know.
Is there like a 90210 version where they turn like 16 or get into high school and then they're like?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm wondering.
I would hope they're
generally interested. I think I had the first book when I was in high school or middle school or grade school.
162 books. My goodness.
That is too many books to write. All right. Everybody out there, thank you again. Please visit our social stuff and give us a like, follow, subscribe, whatever you can do to help us. Hit the bell, whatever they say.
Hit the bell. Smash the bell.
Yeah, subscribe on any podcast. Follow us on YouTube or vice versa. Flip those, subscribe, follow. And we will see you next week. Same mysterious pals, same mysterious place, same mysterious time, same mysterious pals. Jordan, I'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Toodles.
Toodles.